Hello everyone and welcome back. So my people, it don't share. History has a way of coming back around and haunt you. Tinubu administration, the APC, many years ago, a lot of people now in APC, a lot of them, including Tinubu, Buhari, they rose up, they rised against Jonathan. Now see this heading: how US worked with 12 anti-Jonathan governors, ex-Niger governors, Babangida Aliyu. A lot of people rise up against Jonathan then in order to discredit Jonathan. So history has a way of coming back to you to haunt you. And in Nigeria, the wheel has finally completed a full circle right now. That is what is playing now today. The Tinubu's administration, they are crying right now because it is their own turn. They forgot that this was what they did in the past. So my people, just listen. Just follow me, let me walk you through this journey. Today now, we are revisiting a story where many would rather forget. Many of them has forgotten about it. A story of politics, power, international pressure, and the strategy of our own nation. The story has come full cycle, the Chibok conspiracy and the return of the global scrutiny. The APC government are crying now. They are crying, but they started this. So guys, this is the Chibok conspiracy revisited. And this time, spotlight isn't on Jonathan because Jonathan is out. They've driven Jonathan out. It is now on the very people who weaponize it to give it power as at many years ago. We've had a case where the former governor came out himself to say that many years ago, 2014, before 2015 election, that then in ACN, now in APC, knew that Jonathan was doing very well, but they used every possible means to just chase him out of that power. So guys, just stay tuned with me because what you're about to hear will shake the table of Nigerian politics. Now, how many of you will still remember the Chibok Girls adoption of 2014? Do we still remember? I'm not just talking about the tragedy, but the massive media uproar that followed. If we can remember how the story was really magnified and they were against Jonathan as at that time. So bring back our girls was everywhere. The CNN, the BBC, the White House press briefing, the global activists marching with red placards as at that time. But behind the cameras, something else was really unfolding that Nigerians don't know. Before the 2015 election, key opposition figures as at that time, Muhammadu Buhari, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Rotimi Amechi, all has traveled to Washington, D.C. They met with the U.S. Secretary of the State as at that time, John Kelly, a move that would shift Nigerian political destiny. And suddenly, Jonathan now became the villain. APC became the messiah party that everybody want to be part of APC. The narrative was set. Jonathan must go. APC must rise. And that was how Buhari came into power. Remember then, change, APC, change, APC, change. It was everywhere. Buhari then will always shout it, APC, and Nigerians will echo change. It was everywhere. Now we are seeing the change. People are crying and the change now is turning against them. APC now are crying. Guys, do you see the irony of this? The result as at that time was predictable. Jonathan was removed. APC took power, claiming security would end immediately. But instead of ending, the violence mutated. Boko Haram split into ISWAP, banditry explode, massive adoption became weekly routine. The Christians spy in shocking numbers. Even the Muslim communities were not spared at all. Yes, nobody is disputing that, just that when you add the number of Christians and the number of Muslims that was spied, we find out that the Christians are more. Now, 10 years later, what has changed? The same people who blame Jonathan for every drop of innocent blood have trained the nation even more. Where is the restoration they promise? Where is the peace they promise? Where is the change they promise? Because the change now, people have said that this is no longer change, but it's change. And the rate that Nigeria is going now, it obviously shows that it is change and not change. Nigerians are now living in bondage in their own country. Now history is knocking again. The return of the global judge is back. The history is knocking. When Donald Trump declared Nigeria a country of concern over genocide against Christians, it wasn't a random political statement. It was a geopolitical message. A message that will say Nigeria is falling. The world is watching again. This time, the finger isn't pointing at Jonathan. That is the funny thing about this. It's pointing squarely at Tinubu's administration. It's pointing at Tinubu government that once celebrated foreign pressure. The same international spotlight APC used to climb into Aso Rock has returned to expose their failure. What goes round truly comes around. Guys, in as much as many people, I don't like what is happening right now in Nigeria because this is going to actually have a very negative impact in this country. But then this was what Tinubu used to weaponize against Jonathan as at that time. So obviously, this is just harvest of accountability for the seed of propaganda. The Bible said that what you sow is what you will reap. Tinubu and his people sowed this many years ago. Now they are reaping it. And I see a lot of people coming out to blame the opposition party. Majority comes out to blame. Even Rain or Mockery, guys. Imagine that one. Is even blaming Peter Obi. That Peter Obi is the cause. Can you imagine? This is the seed they sowed many years ago. The seed is germinating and now they are crying out. In 2015, the global outrage was their weapon. They painted Jonathan as weak. Guys, do you know that they even mocked his effort against Boko Haram? They used strategic to gather votes, but now their own conscience is on trial. And the way it is now, it shows that the blood of both the Christians and the Muslim is crying louder than their excuses. Is crying louder than whatever they are saying. They've tried everything to make sure that Trump did not go through with this, but yet it went through. Guys, what is happening right now is the voice of the innocent, the voice of the innocent Christians, Muslim, non-Christian, non-Muslim that have died in this process. They are the one crying out. Who says that karma does not work? This is karma coming to play. Tinubu now stand where Jonathan stood many years ago. Una see the irony of this? Many years ago, it was Jonathan. Funny enough, it's just about 10 years now. It was Jonathan as at that time, but today is Tinubu, accused of negligence in the face of massive buying. And with Trump back in power, diplomatic pressure will only increase. Nigerian government will be forced to answer tough questions. There will be no media silent this time around. You know, for some time now, media have been silent despite what has been going on in Nigeria. Most of this buying has been going on. Medias are not even reporting something. Back then in 2015, the media was very active. Where are the medias now? They have been silent. They are sleeping now. They are in slumber, guys. APC cannot run from the shadows of 2014 forever. It's not possible. They built their empire on the strategy they turned into their campaign tools. And now the same strategy has returned as a test of leadership and morality. So, my people, as we are as a country, Nigeria, we don't need another political storyteller. That is what Nigerians don't need. What we need is a leader who can stop the bleeding. If Tinubu administration had stopped this bleeding, as promised, all these things we are saying, we wouldn't be saying it now. But the reason why it's happening again is because they entered based on this seat. That is the reason why all these things are happening now. We remembered, in case we've forgotten, a governor, former APC governor, because he's aggrieved now, came out to leak out information that they all in ACN, as at that time, now APC, knew that Jonathan was doing very well, but they used every possible means to frustrate his effort. So what we need is not a leader who will come out and give us excuses. People, thousands of people are being quiet every day, and yet they are coming out to give excuses. Over the years, one would have thought that Tinubu for don't silence all these things. But what is Tinubu doing? Tinubu is rather turning democracy, Nigerian democracy, into the government of Yoruba, by Yoruba, and for Yoruba. Because just check everybody from Tinubu down. No only Senate President now, I know be Yoruba. So my country people, all we need is just a leader that can stop this. Because every day that passes, we observe that more families bury their loved ones, more children disappear, more hope is lost. See what is happening in Nigeria. Today, kidnapping is the order of the day. Banditry is the order of the day. Terrorism is the order of the day. There is no day that we don't hear kidnapping, banditries. And to top it all now is bad road. More Nigeria, we don't finish. God, it will take the grace of God for this country to revive. And funny enough, if these leaders actually want to work, they can. What is stopping these guys, and I keep saying it in majority of my videos, is because majority of them has done something that has been buried, and they want to remain it, and they want to allow that thing to be buried because they know if that thing come out in the surface is going to swallow them. So because of that, they don't want to work, because once you want to rise, these people that you want to rise against are looking, they have your Yokometer, they have every of your details, every of your information, they can actually give it out. That is the reason why they are not working. So guys, history is not just a teacher, it's also a judge. My parents told me that history is not a teacher, but history is also a judge. What APC did to Jonathan, the world is now doing it to APC, and they are crying. The stage has flipped, the story has returned, the truth is out. So we now ask, my fellow people, in case you get answer to this, help me to write it in the comment section. Will Tinubu rise to restore peace, or will he become another leader swallowed by chaos? Only time will tell. But one thing is sure, Nigerians deserve better. We deserve better as a country. And the world will no longer look away. At this stage now, I don't think the world will look away. So my people, if this message resonated with you, please help us to share this video so that others will have this understanding, and help us to like, share, because Boyos Network will always come back with more updates. Follow now, stay alert and stay awakened. See you in my next video. Thank you.